Happy Valentine's, everybody. My Valentine's is Jolene McIntyre. And how great it was. Me and Jolene are hanging out today. We hang out every day, 24/7. But it is Sunday, it's Valentine's Day. Me and Jolene took a little drive. We found some exhaust manifolds I would use on one of the engines we picked up. They're a 60s manifold. They're like the ram horn ones. They're the ones that I would like to put on the engine because I want to make it look old. I want to make it look old, make it look period. Picked up this steering wheel. I like stuff like this. I got this from Brad. And as we got home, I noticed that the horn button, the horn ring is broke. So I'm going to just do something real quick to show you how I would fix it. The horn ring on the steering wheel. This is stuff that I really like to do. I like to pick up automotive memorabilia that I would use on a car or a project. Something like this steering wheel I would definitely use. It just needs a little bit of paint, a little bit of love. Fix the ring on the horn ring. The exhaust manifolds will be something that I'll use for sure. And it'll be nice when you open the hood. It will look the period that I want it to look. But as I've got this steering wheel here, I just want to show you something. I'm going to come here for a minute. I bought some hubcaps a while back, and I put some chrome buttons on the hubcaps, the 50 Chevy hubcaps, and I took a chrome button and put it on the center of the spinner, and I showed you how easy it is to customize something. When I look at this steering wheel, it's the exact same thing. Look how a chrome button could make that steering wheel look custom. And that's a pretty basic thing what I did there. I just put that button on there. You can get smaller ones, bigger ones, or whatever. Night prowlers carry them. That's where I've gotten them. But that button on that steering wheel really looks like something else. And you imagine if you painted that, how nice that would look. But what I'm going to do is to fix the steering ring. I've got some JB weld here. And really quick, I'm just going to mix some up. And then I'm going to go to the car and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do next, or probably tomorrow, on the car. This JB weld is a 50-50 thing. And I just put a little bit of the white on and a little bit of the black. Put 50-50, just do the exact same thing. And now I'm just going to mix it up and I'm going to put it on that chrome ring. And what squeezes out and what doesn't look good, I'll take off after. I think our dog wants inside. Our dog is a child of ours, and we look after the dog probably better than most children. But this is what I'm going to do right quick, just to do that. And I'll go over to the car and I'll explain you what I'm going to do tomorrow, because I have to try to do something to it every day to make it go forward. And what I'm going to do, this is the horn ring. You can see where it's off there. You see there where it's broke? I'm just going to take some of this JB weld. Should have my glasses on. Stick it on there like that, like so. Make sure we get enough. I'm going to take the steering ring and pull it out, and then let it go on. Now it's squished a little bit out there. We'll grind that off after. But I would call that fixed. You know, for now, just let that dry. And that ring will not come off again. It will not be broken again. It'll stay on there. That JB weld is pretty good stuff. We'll just go like that. That's how easy I fixed the steering wheel. I can customize it any way I want to. And I can paint the wheel any color of my car. That's how easy it is. I really enjoy the thrill of the hunt. It's fun to go get your manifolds. It's fun to get your steering wheel, especially when you think you're getting the deal that you need to get to make yourself happy. And that's generally do. We take off on the weekends. We do what we have to do to make ourselves happy. I cannot forget me and Jolene's firstborn, and that is Fina. And Fina stands for Finest in North America. So I'm going to go over to the car and just kind of show you what I'm going to go for next, because that's what we have to do, or that's where we're at. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. As I have the seats in there, the tops that we put on there, they're there because we could, and we were just trying to see what goes on. We could cap the top of the seat and put the chrome bar on top of it, lean it forward a little bit more, do what you have to do. We'll see what happens. But in the back here, is the frame, the C channeled, and that's where the rear end comes up inside the car. You're really laying back on the back of the rear end. This car is really small inside. As we get going, we need a gas tank on this car. And tomorrow I will probably fabricate a gas tank and put in the level or the gas gauge itself in the gas tank, so she will be able to tell whether she got gas or not. That's generally a bigger problem. I find when someone's making something, a lot of people don't get their gauges working, and I am guilty of that too. But I'm going to make a gas tank, and we're going to put a gas gauge in the gas tank so it works. When we look at this car, I'm thinking that the gas tank is going to go up behind the seats, and then we're going to make a case that it sets in so you cannot see it, and it's going to be separate from the cabin and the back of the car. And as you can see, as the wheel section comes down in there, there's supposed to be a wheel in there, or a spare wheel. It takes a lot away from the trunk, what you can get in there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put the gas tank in there and take that space, and we're going to make a section where it goes. I can't explain it exactly how I'm doing it. If you want to take the time, there's pictures on other Bugattis how it shows how it's framed in there, sort of framed in, and we'll go from there, and we'll do what we want to do to get it done to make it look the way we want it to look. Yeah, so that's probably next on this car, is to make the gas tank and go from there, encase it in so you can't tell. Yesterday on the video, we had a hard time, or Jolene had a hard time getting it loaded up because it was such a long video, and we left it to the end of the day. And the exact same as today, we're running the roads, it's Valentine's Day, we've done a few things. The fender is behind Jolene as she's making this video. It still is in the exact same place as when I left at the end of the video. It has pinholes still in it. It has 40 good scratches in it. That has to be covered again with some Z-grip, and I would probably thin it out a little bit, just do the pinholes and the scratches, sand it off by hand, 80 grit it. I'd have to 80 grit the whole fender, get all the rust off it, all the paint off it, take the drill and the stripper wheel and clean this edge all up where it bolts onto the truck. All the edge around here, anything that you would see or bolting to the truck, all the rust will come off. As you see the tools that I'm using to do the things that I do, every day, if I'm using these every day, the cords, there's cords running everywhere, always, generally always. We were at a man's house yesterday. We might be getting a 47 Ford. He has one outside that's kind of deer-licked. And it's still something that we can use to make something, but as I was there, we seen some tools that he had that had a battery on it. I'm not saying which kind of tool it was, but what I want to know is, from the people that are watching, or whoever's watching, what is the best battery-rized tool that I can buy? I want to switch it up a little bit, I think. I want to go to the battery. And the reason being is all the cords that I have to deal with. And we get running around here, we have more people than we need, then cords become a big problem. And if we can get geared up with batterized tools, I think that it will help us a lot. As far as the mess, anyways, So if anybody who watches these videos, if you can tell me what is the best batterized tool to buy, I might go there. Yeah, basically that's about it. I'm going to make a gas tank tomorrow and put in the gas gauge in the tank itself. We'll do that. And it'll be a very simple thing. We've got some metal over there, and we'll bend it up. We'll make the gas tank fit the car to where we want it to be there. I think that the gas spout comes out here somewhere, so when it sits on top there, we can go right to the gas tank itself and make it as simple as possible. I still yet to go to here and trim all the fill up around the fender skirt. I just cut it off and left it. Sometimes when you're into certain things don't interest me to do. I like fabricating. So I'll move on with the gas tank and I'll hit that sometime when I'm by myself and clean that up and take the fill off it and do whatever. The fender, I'm gonna have to order some 40 grit, or not 40 grit, some 80 grit stickies so I can sand the rest of the fender off and make it clean. I need one more coat of filler to take out pinholes. Yeah, but it's Valentine's Day, and Jolene is my Valentine's. Me and my sexy are gonna have sushi tonight. We're gonna get some bread and some oil and some, what's that other stuff called?
Balsamic.
Balsamic. We're gonna sit back, we're gonna tell each other how much we care for each other. And I suggest if you have a loved one, make sure you tell them how much they mean to you. If you do not, how would they know if you do not tell them? But anyways, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And customizing cars can be so fun. Just by putting a bullet on the steering wheel, look how much nicer that looks, you know? I'm happy about the manifolds, I really am. They'll make the engine look period correct where I'm going. And just a little piece of advice. If you're selling something and you've made a date and a time to be there, you should be there. You should be there. You should not make someone wait. Not if you've made a date and a time, you should not make someone wait. And yeah. Anyways, we got the manifolds a little cheaper than we were supposed to. I guess I'm happy about that. Happy about the steering wheel. I fixed it just by using a little bit of JB Weld, which anybody can do. And yeah, I like using the brain to make something look a little different than it does normally. I did not have the center cap for the steering wheel, but that bullet on there sure looks good for the steering wheel. As I look at this, I want to talk more about it because I see so many other things you can do. But yeah. You can even customize your steering wheel if you would like to. And that's what we do here. We do what we feel like doing to make ourselves happy. And going and getting manifolds and fixing a steering wheel made me happy today. But the real thing that really makes me happy is Jolene. I love you, sweetheart, and happy Valentine's Day. And I can't wait to marry you in a castle and tell you why I love you so much.
Love you too, honey.
Have a good day, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. And tell me what the best batterized tool is, please. If you know, please pass it forward. I would take it to heart, whatever you tell me, because I do not know. And if there is a battery company out there that's watching, let me know how good your tool is. Show me how good your tool is and make me buy it.